Mexico, rooted in conservative principles. The movement champions fundamental rights, equal opportunities, freedom of expression, and religious freedom. This movement has united elected officials, academics, religious leaders in a shared mission to protect children from sexual exploitation and uphold moral values. Among his many accolades are the Mother Teresa of Calcutta Award from the Italian Parliament, the Tomás Moro Award for his staunch defense of human life and family, the People's Choice Award at the Toronto International Film Festival for his film Bella, among many others. Eduardo is more than a filmmaker or activist. He's a champion of justice, freedom, and the dignity of every human life. He continues to use his platform to inspire change, rally support for the most vulnerable, and unite people. And I would initiative. So his work is both in Mexico, in the United States, and worldwide. And you're going to see the rest of his story on this video right now.
Muchas gracias. Thank you, dear sister Jennifer, we go way back. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your friendship. Mario, thank you so much for your friendship. We go way back too as well, almost 20 years. Aquí uno de ustedes, gracias por su generosidad y por apostarle a la juventud, a la educación, sin duda alguna la mejor inversión. Thank you for helping the youth. Without a question, is the best investment we can do. But before I continue, I want to start by saying this. I am very grateful to this country for opening the door to my dreams. This nation has been such an amazing blessing in my life. God bless America, God bless Mexico, and God bless the world. For those who doesn't know my story, I'm going to try to be very brief. Do I have 1 hour, 2 hours? I'm just kidding. I am from a very small town northern Mexico called Jicotencal, Tamaulipas. was born in Ciudad Mante, Tamaulipas. So I started singing in a boy band for 3.5 years, many years ago. Muchos de ustedes todavía no nacían, pero bueno, fue hace ya algún tiempo. Then I started doing soap operas in Mexico, telenovelas. Back in the days in Mexico, if you want to make a living as an actor, you didn't have so many options. You either do soap operas or soap operas. And that's what I did for almost 4 years. Then I moved to Miami, the capital of Latin America. The capital of Latin music. And I moved there to record my first album in Spanish. And one day I was flying from Miami to Los Angeles to promote my music. And I met this person who happens to be the VP of casting for 20th Century Fox. Making a long story short, he invited me to do an audition for a film he was working. I told him, I don't speak English very well. I mean, I knew how to count 1 to 10, gallina chicken, my car is red, what is the bad? So I did the audition, I got the part, I moved to Los Angeles, immersed myself in the language. So I didn't allow myself to speak Spanish with anybody for a year. You know, I was 27 at that time, turning 28. Very hard when you start from zero at that age, right? But somehow, I hope you understand what I'm saying, because sometimes I don't even understand myself. But anyway, so I did the film, Chasing Papi, with Sofia Vergara, Rosalyn Sanchez, Jackie Velasquez. But at the same time, I met this wonderful lady who was my dialect coach, my English teacher, who not only taught me English, but changed my life. She started using the Socratic method, asking me questions like, for example, Eduardo, what is the purpose of your life? Why do you want to be an actor? Who is God in your life? How are you choosing your projects? Threat to the democracy of this country, because we believe that you guys are what we see in film or television. The negative stereotype of Latinos that Hollywood somehow has been portraying since the 40s until today. So let me ask you a question. Are you part of the problem or part of the solution? Because media influence how people think. And when I look back to see what I was doing, with tears in my eyes, I told her, I am part of the problem. Of course, I was governed by ignorance. I never imagined that every project that I was involved, whether I like it or not, you end up affecting how people think, how they live, how they behave. So I made a promise to God and to my parents that I will never use my talents again to do anything that will offend my faith, my family, or my Latino culture. So be careful what you promise. Not because it was not enough, jobs for me, but because every single offer that I got was exactly about the things that I promised I would never do. So I had to turn them down. Until my friend again told me, Eduardo, why don't you just open a production company? Because I was tired of waiting for a role that would portray man as a real man. So she told me, you're just an actor. Become a producer so you can have the power to control the message. So I started my production company with Alejandro Monteverde and Leo Severino in my living room, in my house. Sounds really cool, right? Production company. It was a little table and a sofa, that's it. And 3 crazy dreamers. 2 Mexicans, 1 Colombian. And the 3 of us, we started this dream. Not only entertain, but hopefully they will leave wanting to love more, judge less, complain less, forgive more. Hopefully they will leave wanting to become the best version of themselves, because art has the power to change people's lives forever, for good or for bad, depends how you use it. And the first fruit of that mission, a little film that has changed the lives of so many people, including my own life, Bella. And that's how we met, Jenny, back in the days. After Bella was the second fruit of this mission of making movies that matters, Little Boy. After Little Boy, 2015, I was in Los Angeles, California, and I met this incredible team of ex-Navy SEALs, ex-CIA agents. And when they told me in details what they do, how they travel around the world undercover, rescuing children who were kidnapped for sexual exploitation, Cuando ellos me contan versos utilizan, ¿qué pasa con muchos de estos niños? ¿Qué pasa con muchos de estos niños? Pasan al segundo negocio, el mercado negro del tráfico de órganos. Los abren y los venden en partes. When I learn about what they do to these children around the world, I put pause in everything that I was doing, and I talked to them and I said, I want to be part of this mission. So, before you say yes, we need to be very honest with you. We have a lot of enemies, and if you say yes, those enemies will be yours. And I remember closing my eyes saying, well, what if this tragedy happens to me? To my nieces, to my nephew, to my grandson, my godson, my son, my daughter. What happened to me for me to open my eyes and do something about it? Why don't I do something now so that never happened to anybody? And that's when I say, I welcome your enemies. Your enemies are mine. I'm ready to start this mission. And alongside with my brother-in-law, Jaime Hernandez, who's here with me, we started this dream together. Please stand up, Jaime.
¡Bravo!
He's married my younger sister, Daniela. And him and I, and Alejandro Monteverde, and a few other warriors, we started this dream 9 years ago. It was the most difficult project I have ever done in my life. From day one, it was challenges and challenges and challenges. Just to find the actor. Every actor passed in Hollywood. They were not interested in making. Because of Angel Studios, this movie came out on July 4th, just last year. July 4th, Independence Day. For a movie, independent movie, impossible. Impossible. Why? Because the big movies like Jenny mentioned, Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, that's impossible to beat. Imagine, they have hundreds of millions of dollars of publicity. I was driving in Los Angeles just a week before the movie came out, and I saw like these big billboards from Indiana Jones, and I was looking at them, and I was saying to my publicist, wow, the budget of this billboard alone is the entire budget of our movie. So this is not fair. Movie came out on July 4th. First time in history that an independent film made by Mexicans opened #1 in the box office. We ended up signing agreements with President Bukele, President of Argentina, the President of Italy, Giorgia Meloni, with many presidents, because this is a global problem. And I'm very thankful and grateful to God that used this movie to start a movement, because this is not a movie anymore. It's a movement. It's a global movement that is designed to open the eyes of the people, to create a movement to eradicate child trafficking in the world. So please pray, because this is not finished yet. This is just the beginning. This is happening every day, just in Mexico. Every day, more than 57 children disappear. Every year, 21,000. Those are the official numbers. I think there's a lot more. It doesn't matter, just one is enough. Nosotros seguimos el principio universal que dice, tus hijos son mis hijos y por ellos la vida doy. And we need to come together. And I believe that together we can end this nightmare. I believe that together we can end child trafficking here and all over the world. I'm working in 2 other projects right now, so please pray for us. One, it's called Saving Yeshua. We are filming this in Marruecos. This is our 4th week of production. It's going to come out next year, God willing, Christmas 2025, Saving Jesus. It's a very simple story. King Herod wants to kill baby Jesus. Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus escaped to Egypt. That's what the movie is about. But it's very profound, because at the end, culture of life. The spirit of Herod, the spirit of death, or the spirit of life, the spirit of Christ. As soon as we finish this film, we have a surprise. I haven't talked about this. Que no salga de Twitter, por favor. Y que no salga de Facebook, este secreto. But as soon as we finish saving Yeshua, we're going to start Sound of Freedom 2. So please pray for that as well. And again, the one message I want to conclude con esto. This is not about you guys or about them, even though I'm very grateful for this award. Thank you so much. But this is about the youth, los jóvenes. Y los jóvenes que están aquí, los que subieron. I'm telling you, I remember like yesterday when I saw all of you here, I was just meditating. Wow, I remember when I was 18 years old and I had big dreams. And nobody believed in my dreams except for my grandmother, Alicia, que está allá en el cielo. Except for mi abuelita Alicia, everybody was making fun of me. And it's very difficult, and it's very hard when you have a dream and people are making fun of you. It's very easy to give up, right? But thanks to my abuelita Alicia, because you never know who can see something in you that not even you can see it. I bought a ticket, un boletito de autobús de Jicotenca a Ciudad Mante, Tamaulipas, with una maletita, poca ropa, pero muchos sueños. With a bag, not a lot of clothes, but a lot of dreams. And I went all the way to Mexico City. And I never came back. I stayed there, as I mentioned before. First, I started working as a bartender. I don't drink, but people were drinking my cocktails for some reason. I was putting everything there, you know. I already went to confession, but at that time, I want to make good tips. Then I started working as a model, then singing in a boy band, then the soap operas, then Miami, then I lived in New York for a year, then Los Angeles, then back to Miami, then now in Mexico. And I know this is not a political, and I promise I won't say anything political. Only this, it's just a little bit. Actually, living here is in Mexico. And I'm just an actor, I'm just a filmmaker, but I live in the Mexican dream. I dream that one day non-Mexicans have to leave any more their country because of necessities or lack of opportunities. Because we have a very rich country where a lot of poor people are living. And I dream the day for those who left, just like I left, come back again. But in order for that to happen, we need first to change the circumstances in Mexico. So that's why next year, I'm going to work really hard with this movement called Viva Mexico to build a new political party because I want to run for president of Mexico in 2020. Only if it is God's will. So please pray for me, pray for Mexico. God bless America, God bless Mexico, and God bless the world. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Eduardo, thank you so much. On behalf of Hispanic 100, we are so grateful to present this to you our honor, the Lifetime Achievement Award for all of your amazing work.
Please be seated for just a moment. I just want to say,